we're ready to start. So come to an easy cross-legged seated position. Either you have a little pillow like I have, or maybe you don't have a pillow. You can always use a blanket, a folded blanket to sit a little taller. And not just to sit taller, but to allow the front of the hips to rotate forward. And the knee therefore can go lower than the hip level. That's ideally the seated position, Sukhasana. So standing here into your seat, gently relax your eyes to shut. And take a few breaths, deep in, long out, just inhaling this Saturday morning into your body. Noticing how much space you have available to breathe. We're noticing also sometimes things are constricted around, so just noticing all those layers of your body receiving the breath. And see if by bringing awareness to your breath, you're allowing your body to feel a little more at ease and a little more anchored into the seated position. And just take a few more breaths here as you settle and connect to the here and now through your body, through your breath. And maybe invite your sankalpa, your intention, to rise and to be that infusion into your practice, that fuel, that way of practicing for a purpose. Not that is you're looking for a challenge or to achieve anything, but just to bring all the parts of yourself, including your heart desires, into the presence of the body and the breath. And you may keep your eyes closed or you can open your eyes. And we're going to start gently rocking the hips forward and back to an opening of the spine from arching to rounding. Doesn't have to be a major movement, a major range of motion at first. You can slowly, progressively open up from the low back to the mid back to the upper back as your body is allowing that space to open up for you. So there's no forcing, it's really a warm up here. Couple more. Breathe in and breathe out. And back to center. And we're going to inhale, arms up and lift and stretch, touch the palms. And exhale, release out and down. Now trying to find length through the spine. Inhale, lift up, reach, and exhale. Breathe in. And out. Here, as we're moving, we're practicing the 3 stage of the yogic breath, bringing the breath from the nostrils, through the chest, into the belly, and releasing from the belly, through the chest, out through the nostrils. And one more, breathe in. And out. Roll the shoulders a few times, finding the first direction that is more spontaneous to you. So it doesn't have to be in the same direction that I'm rolling, because we'll go the opposite direction anyway. Take a few more rolls, keeping elbows soft, hands soft. And then reverse to the other direction. And maybe start feeling that the spine is moving along with the rotation of the shoulder. If that happens, just let it move. Don't try to get it straight and stiff. And release and relax. relax your hands on your lap. Start stretching the neck gently from side to side, tilting from right to left and left to right. Taking a few more here. And I've been teaching several classes with seniors for several months now. And I need to be very precise with my cueing because they're not yogis like we are. And so in this movement in particular, think about lengthening the spine, lengthening the neck, instead of just collapsing from side to side. Try to find that reach before you tilt. So the tilt might not be as broad, as deep, but you're keeping that alignment of the neck and creating space instead of compressing. Couple more. And back to center. Now we're going to drop the chin down, and same concept that you keep the lengthening as you tilt forward instead of just collapsing and feeling that there's a rounding of the shoulders already. Lengthen up and then tilt the chin, just the chin, and let's start swaying that chin across the chest from side to side. Keep on moving. I did that. I forgot to turn one light more on. This whole setting of technology takes a while to get everything done the right way all the time. So yeah, a little brighter here. Couple more here. And bring the chin back to center. Lift the head up. Now bring your right arm up and rotate the palm toward the left side and stretch out through the right, even allowing this time that the shoulder might be going up a little bit to the ear, because that's much as a stretch that you want from the hip to the hand. And then rest your left hand to the side, either close in, and that's a slight tilt, or if you can keep the length through the right side and reach further out to the left, but without collapsing, you're reaching across and breathe. Press your right knee down, press your right sit bone down. Deep long breath here into the right lung. Then here, if your neck is a little tight and a little stiff, that's my case, I hold quite a bit of tension here. Then you can give a little movement to the head from armpit to shoulder. Feel really that traction of the arm. Feel how the arm is activating as you pull and stretch the right side of the torso. One more. And then come back up. Press down into the sit bones. Engage the belly. Rise. And relax as you tilt your head to the right. Relax your right arm down. And let's go to the other side. Head back to center. Bring your left arm up, rotate your palm towards the right, and stretch and pull and lengthen through the left side. And then start leaning over to the right as you reach out with your right hand, either close in if you're really tight, wide out. I like myself to go to my fingertips to compensate a little bit that my arms, in compared to my torso, are a little shorter. So here I have the full grounding and the support to stretch and expand. Right hand was not as engaged, I would collapse here, and that's a different stretch. We're thinking about lengthening out. Press the left sit bone down, press the left knee down. And again, you can move your head, your neck gently in and out from the shoulder to the armpit. Find your breath rhythm. Make sure that you're not holding your breath here. And last movement of the head. And then use the belly, use the pelvic floor engaged to lift up. And start releasing the arm as you tilt your head gently out to the left. And relax. Arms out to the side. Bend the elbows gently. And we're going to pulse. Pulse throughout the chest and the shoulders. shoulder blades reaching gently in and relaxing. And in this pulse, we're opening the center of the chest around the breastbone. We keep the shoulders relaxed and down. If you have them here, it's absolutely not comfortable. So keep the shoulders down and feel that pulse of the squeezing of the shoulder blades together. And I'm going to go sideways so you can see a little bit more of the movement here as you keep on pulsing. It's not that obvious. Let me take the jacket off. And you're pulsing. And find maybe a gentle breath of fire here. And as you see, my elbows are not tensed out, they're slightly bent, so that it allows the movement to happen from the shoulder blades and the shoulders and the stretching of the chest. And now I'm sniffing the breath out through my nostrils. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, arms up. Hold the breath in a little bit. Exhale, release, arms out and down, hands resting onto your laps. And take a couple breaths here, deep in, deep out. You can even close your eyes to get a little more in touch with how it feels from within. And then from here, we're going to open the eyes so you can see what I'm doing. Clasp the fingers and hands behind you. And we're going to inhale, stretch. So I'm anchoring first, especially if your shoulders are really tight. You anchor your hands to the sacrum. You open your wings back as much as you can. And that'll already create the space for you then to stretch your knuckles down. And from here, we're going to rotate from side to side. Roll one shoulder at a time across. Allow your head to move along. Inhale, transition. Exhale, get into that shoulder twist, keeping the action of the arms strongly engaged. Exhaling in the twist. And again, you can sniff the breath out with that gentle breath of fire that helps cleansing the sinuses and it helps strengthening the respiratory system. Three, 2, and 1. And gently release, shake everything out. And relax. Let's transition to sitting with the legs extended forward. Hands resting back without collapsing, without overarching either. Just resting here in a nice position, and we're going to shake the legs and shake the feet out a little bit. And then back to center, and you're going to start ankle rotations. So you can start again any direction that you'd like to start, because we'll go opposite direction too. And reverse and breathe into the movement of your ankles. Soft gaze to between your feet or keep your eyes closed. Couple more. And relax. Open your feet a little wider out, a little wider than hip distance apart, so that when you turn, actually that's what's going to give you how wide you need to open the feet. You're going to turn the feet in, and the big toes should be able to touch. And then we're going to rotate out and open the feet out. Rotate in, touch the toes, rotate out and away. Breathe in. So feel here that the rotation of the feet is engaging the full rotation of the legs in and out from the hip down. You take one stage of the breath in one movement and the other stage of the breath in the opposite movement. Couple more. And back to neutral, back to center. Sit back up, bend that right knee up and grab the right foot with your left hand, your right knee with your right hand. We're gonna pull in. And from here, you're gonna swing the leg across from side to side. You're trying to keep the leg at the same level, so I'm not going here, right? Keep the leg parallel to the floor or about. And it's a swing of the leg in half a circle parallel to the floor. You can use your right hand to push the knee across and reach a little deeper into the right butt cheek, into the outer edge of the hip, and also in the IT band a little bit. Couple more here. And then back to neutral, back to center. Here, you're gonna roll onto your right sit bone. So there's a rotation of the leg, but it's not just the leg doing this. The whole torso goes along because you're rolling around the right sit bone into the right glute. Find your breath rhythm in this. I don't know if you're able to hear the music because I placed it far away so you could hear my voice. But that's a good rhythmic music to just follow and synchronize the movement with the rhythm of the music. Couple more here. Back to center, pull the leg in and out. And pull in and out. Bring it in and out. Two more, bring in and out, and last one, bring in, hold here, lengthen up, and gently release, extending that right leg out, reposition yourself, reground the sit bones as needed, and let's go for the other side, bending the left knee, grab the foot with your right hand, left hand to the knee, and we're gonna swing the leg across, shin parallel to the floor. And see for yourself where the breath goes. Try to synchronize one movement per breath. So let's say inhale, crossing over to the right, exhale, opening to the left, or inhale, opening to the left, and exhale, crossing over to the right. Few more movement right into the hip joint. And back to center, stabilize in that center, and start rolling around the left sit bone this time. And it's pretty amazing when we do this movement. Usually we realize that there's quite a bit of tension in the glute that we don't notice as we're not being aware of it as we're going on with the day. But it's pretty crazy. That's one of the area of the body that tends to hold and to hoard either tension, emotions, things that you don't want to deal with. And it's amazing that through the movement of the body, through the breath, you can release that without most of the time having to face if it's something that you've repressed. You don't have to go through the whole trauma of it. You just let it melt away. Couple more. Back to center. Stabilize first, and then we're going to pump that leg in and out. And again, I'm trying to keep the leg parallel to the floor. I'm not lifting up, neither folding down. This is nice for the arms too. We're getting a little action in the arm. So don't lift the arms down here. Keep the elbows opening out to the side. That gives you more range of motion and control. One more. And release that left leg out. Shake the arms out. And let's come to all fours. I'm gonna face this way today. Last time I think I was facing the other side. And I'm gonna maybe move the microphone so you can hear me well. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and let's go into those nice arching and rounding of the spine into what we call in yoga cow and cat. Cow as you're arching and cat as you're rounding. And because probably those on the call already know this move pretty well, then be very mindful, especially of the transition between each extremes of the movement. And maybe also allow yourself to gently pause in both the arching and the rounding. Couple more. And back to neutral after the last range of motion. And back to center, to your tabletop where you hug the belly in a little bit. You don't drop it. You keep that support for the low back. And we're gonna position, make sure the knees are hip distance apart. And we're gonna stretch the right leg back and up. Look up and exhale, swing the knee forward. So it's a little bit of the same arching and rounding, but now with the swinging of the leg forward and back. Inhale as you swing back, exhale as you swing forward. Last two. And stay as you lift the leg up next time. Rotate the toes in, hug the low belly in and up. And then extend your left arm forward. If this is not available to you, you can still put the left hand down and kind of go midway. Make sure your right leg is not opening out to the side. Rotate the toes in and square the hips. And let's hold here for a breath or two. And release. Left hand down, right knee down. Come back to neutral and swing the hips from side to side. You might be hearing all kinds of noises because it just started raining outside and there's a little bit of thunder. Coming back to center. And let's go for the other leg. Extend the leg out and up, left leg, and exhale, pull in. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, come in. Breathe in and out. Swing out. Swing in. Two more. And last. Stretch out and stay. Rotate your toes in as you flex the foot. Pull the low belly in and find your balance, stretching that right arm forward. Keep on breathing. Feel maybe a little trembling here and there, and that's fine. One more breath. Releasing right hand down, releasing the left knee down, and give a swing to the hips from side to side. Coming back to center. Then extend the arms a little further forward, like a hand forward or hand and a half. And then stretch the sit bones up as we drop the head down. Maybe you even need to readjust, and if you have long arms, reach a little further forward. And stretch away. Sit bones back. Stop tilting of the tailbone up. Relax your forehead down. Feel the stretch in the armpits, across the chest. One more breath here. And then gently pressing up, keeping the hands in position, shift the hips forward, drop the thighs, the front of the hips, and breathe. If this is too intense for you, if your arms are, you're trying to keep your arms straight like me, and this is really, really tight on your low back and you feel a really strong compression, then you can lower a little bit by bending your elbows and find your edge here. Stretch the sternum forward, feel the stretch in the belly. Squeeze the pelvic floor, push your pubic bone down as you press the thighs down and lift a little higher. One more breath. And then release all the way down. Make yourself a pillow with your hands, resting your hands on your pillow, and rock the hips from side to side. Now here on your belly and chest, you're going to open your arms out to the side. Palms facing down, forehead down, and we're going to inhale, lift, head, chest, arms, and legs, and pump 3 times here. 1, 2, 3, exhale, release. And again, lift, 1, 2, 3, exhale, release. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, release. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, release. 2 more. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, release. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, hold, keep on breathing. And release. Hands to frame the chest, push up to all fours, and then swing the hips back and lift up to downward facing dog. Find the right position for your hands, for your feet. Bend the knees, maybe pulse a little bit into your down dog. And give a little swing for your tail to go from side to side. And as you swing the hips from side to side, feel a pull and stretch from one side of the torso to the other side of the torso. Couple more here. And then coming back to that center, and we're going to walk the hands to the feet toward the back of the mat. To find a forward fold in the back of the mat with your feet hip distance apart, you grab the elbows, you have a soft bend in the knees, and you gently use your arms and your spine and your head as a pendulum to swing from side to side. You can even swing to the side, really to the side instead of just, you have 2 ways of doing the pendulum. Either you stay in a straight line, you're going from right to left, or you can go into half a circle from side of the leg to the other side of the leg, rotating through the front. So whichever one feels better for you today, just do what you need for your body right now. Coming back to center, you're going to release left hand down and stretch away, right arm twist. Exhale. Inhale, switch. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep on moving. Find your rhythm. Changing from side to side. And then we're going to revert the breath. So if you were opening up on an inhale, exhale here. Inhale, transition. And exhale, open. If you were going the opposite way, just reverse your own breath to the opposite pattern. Knees are softly bent, no need to hyper stretch the knees. It is more about the twist of the torso from side to side. Last couple. Right and left. And release down, bend the knees enough so that you can touch the floor with your hands. And we're going to walk out to down dog again. Stretching the down dog out as we bend one knee at a time, stretching through the opposite leg. And we're going to come to neutral here. Come forward, drop the knees, lower down to modified chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. That's going to be our sequence for several moves. Drop down, inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, pull up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, peel up. Exhale, down dog. 2 more. Breathe in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Breathe in and out. Inhale. Exhale, child's pose. Relax the forehead down. Bring your arms to the side of the body and gently rock from side to side. Coming back to center, stretching the arms forward, lift up to all fours, and step up left foot forward. Going to a wide stepping, meaning not just wide forward, but broad to the side, in alignment with the back knee. If you get a little too narrow here, it's really tight in the hips. It doesn't give much room to work with. So open the foot wider out to the side. And we're going to pulse here. And you're not going too far back, neither too deep forward. We're just pulsing. So find your breath in the pulse. Again, you might go into that variation of breath of fire. That is not the full expression of it, but the sniffing out through the nose and the sniffing in through the nose. You can go slower than I'm going, depending on your breathing, or you can go faster than I'm going. Two more. Stay in your lunge and sweep up. Inhale. Exhale, coming forward and swinging the arms back. Inhale, lift up. Exhaling, breathe in, stretch and lengthen, and out. Feel the grounding through the front foot. Lift in and out. 2 more. Breathe in and out. And last one, in and up and stay. And find that stillness here. Soften, drop the shoulder. Lengthen and stretch the front body. Sink into the hip a little deeper. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, releasing hands down. Stretching your foot. So you're scrolling your right foot under, stretching your back leg up. Bringing the front knee further forward. Obviously not past the toes, but you're trying to find distance between reaching back to the right heel and reaching forward to the left knee. So you have a strong engaged space between the front and the back leg. You can even bring that left arm, wrap it behind, and use that forearm to pull forward here. So you can see my left arm is here. I'm using my forearm, pulling the shin forward. One more breath. And gently release. Unwrap the arm. Bring the right knee down. Relax the toes. Bring the left knee down. Press, lift, and find your down dog again. Maybe you give it a little walk. And back to center to take a long step forward with the right foot. We bring the left knee down. Ground the back toes. And we're going to pump gently forward and back. Working on the low body first. Pumping the breath into the movement of the hips. Tiny bit back, tiny bit forward. Cranking the fire into the hip joint. Again, you can support this action through the breathing, the sniffing in, sniffing out, equal amount, breathing in and out, a little forcefully. Keep on going a few more. So this time of year and today outside is a perfect example of that. This is the kapha time in Ayurveda. And that means that there's quite a bit of humidity and heaviness and sluggishness. So you ignite the fire to release any stagnation from the body, any stagnation accumulated from the winter. Next time you're coming forward, you stay here. And now we're going to lift up. Inhale and exhale, swing back. Inhale, push forward and up. Exhaling back. Breathe in and out. Inhale, exhale. So pumping the breath and pumping the fire energy doesn't mean tensing up. There's fluidity in the movement of my arms and my shoulders, but I'm repeating the movement to crank up more warmth. Couple more. And last. Next time you're up, you stay. And breathe and stretch and expand. And get that sense of stillness, even if you can close your eyes. Feel your body, feel the different sensations, including your heartbeat that might be a little faster than usual. Inhale here. Exhale, lower. Frame that front foot. Scroll the back toes under, lift and stretch the left leg up. And find that distance, square the hips to the front and start pushing back into the left heel and sliding forward with the right knee. And again, you might use that right forearm, wrap behind and pull forward and breathe. Deep, long breath. Find that belly gently engaged to support the low back and support the legs instead of collapsing. Couple more breath, back leg is straight. Feel the heat and fire building all the way to your face. And then release, right hand down. And stepping back, bringing your left knee back down, relax. Shift back, bring your right knee down. And lifting back into down dog. Walking your down dog from side to side. And walking forward this time to between your hands. Bring your feet hip distance apart. Hands to your shins. Inhale, stretch the spine away. Bring yourself parallel to the floor. Torso is lifted enough to have almost a 90-degree angle between your legs and your back, or even a 90-degree angle. Pull the belly in. And then from here, you're going to inhale, stretch the arms out. And exhale, relax forward. Inhale away. Exhale. Breathe in. Strong legs. Exhaling. Two more. Breathe in. And out. And last. And out. Shake things out. Bend the knees. Shake the arms. Press down into the feet. Roll the spine up to standing. Find your mountain pose here. I'm going to move you a little further back so you can see my full body. I have the camera close in. So here, hopefully you'll see most of what I'm doing. I have to go into the couch and on top of the couch. No, I'm kidding. So here, arms up, feet are hip distance apart, right? And we're going to bring the arms up. And give a little swing that opens the upper back a little bit. And then we're going to bend the knees and scoot the arms forward and down. And you release the breath out through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Last. Inhale, stretch up. Hold the breath in if you can. Exhale, release. So now that we've worked the whole body and we're probably quite warmed up, We're gonna go into a few sun salutations just to integrate all the warm-up that we did and see how that shows up into our flow. So come to the front of your mat so that you have plenty of space behind to flow into your sun salutations. And we're standing here in mountain pose. And you're gonna inhale, swing the arms up above your head. That might be what I needed to the incline of the computer. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Find your halfway up. Exhale, release down. Step back to plank or modify your plank, dropping the knees down, whichever is right for you. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, peel to up dog. And exhale, down dog. Take a full breath in and out. Squeezing pelvic floor, low belly, squeezing your bandhas if you're familiar with Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha, and step forward, both feet. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Swing the arms out, lift up and stretch all the way tall. Exhale, release your arms out and down. Inhale, arms up. Maybe there's a slight back bend that wants to happen here. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway up. Exhale, release down. Step back to plank or modified plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, stretch and lift. Exhale, down dog. Rest in breath for a round or two, depending the length of your breath. And stepping forward, both feet engaging your bandhas to make the stepping forward lighter. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Swing the arms, rise up. Inhale. Exhale, Tadasana. Let's go two more. Inhale, arms up. I'm going to swing to this side so you have two views. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway up, inhale. Drop into your forward fold, exhale. Step back, both feet, find your plank, either full or modified. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rest in breath. Stepping forward, engaging Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Step forward, both feet. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, mountain pose. And last one. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway up. Exhale, relax down. Step back, both feet on a breath in. Lower down, exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rest in breath. Press away from your wrist into your fingers. And we're going to drop knees down. And sit back, swinging the legs forward. Bringing those feet and legs mat distance apart. You're going to bring the arms forward. Create an arrow with index fingers pointing to the front, and you're wrapping the rest of the fingers, bringing the left thumb over the right. If you're a man, opposite way, right thumb over the left. And we're going to gently pulse as the feet are flexed to 30-degree forward, 30-degree back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. And as you notice here, my arms are not doing this, neither further up or further down. You're trying to find that alignment where your arms are parallel to the floor, they say at the same level, and it's just the torso that is coming forward and back, 30 degrees or about, 30 degrees or about. As I'm exhaling and bringing the torso back, I'm consciously engaging the belly even stronger, squeezing the belly around the navel. And again, you can choose to make that breathing a little more active, a true sniffing in as you breathe in, and sniffing out as you breathe out. If this is not comfortable, if you get lightheaded and dizzy, then you can just smoothly inhale and exhale. Two more. Inhale, come to center, point your hour to the ceiling, hold the breath in. If you're comfortable doing so, hold for a few seconds. If not, release and keep on breathing, keeping the arms extending, the legs engaged, the feet flexed. And exhale, soften and release the arms out and down. We're gonna come into diamond shape, bringing the sole of the feet together, but not too close in, having that diamond shape between the legs. Hands are holding either to the front of the knees or a little lower, depending on the length of your arms. And we're gonna roll and rotate around. And I'm gonna face you again so you can see what my position is from a different angle. And we roll. And I have my cat as an assistant. She's getting into being very comfortable with doing yoga with me in her own way. Sometimes not in the right spot. Sometimes she's like caving and digging tunnels underneath my mat. Creates a little bit of chaos. But I guess this is a reflection of the chaos outside, so I cannot complain much about it. And take a few more rolls in this direction, loosening up, like you're not forcing it, you're not pulling, you're just allowing the movement of the spine to stabilize and center the nervous system, to ground yourself again after this fiery session that we just had. And let's go in reverse, opposite direction. Breath is flowing. You can close your eyes here. That feels a lot more as an inward experience with less stimulation from the outside world through the vision. Come in. You can also allow your neck maybe to move around a little bit. Just find your groove. Take a couple more. And back to center. Now you're gonna grab maybe a little lower on your legs and you're gonna do your cat and cow, arching forward and rounding back. Pulling forward, inhaling, exhaling, round back. Two more, breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Next time you breathe in, stay here, lengthen, shoulders back, and come forward and go into a forward fold to whichever level you're able to go. In this case, depending on where you're landing, you can release your hands down. You can clasp your hands around your toes. You can even, if you're really far down, slide your hands, which is a preparation for a turtle pose or tortoise pose, where you slide your hands underneath your legs and you fold, and eventually your head, or maybe for some of you, your head is touching your feet. Deep, long breath in that space between your legs. You can move your head a little bit around if you feel that you're tensing up the neck for some reason. One last breath here. And then gently start sliding and rolling your way up. Coming to sitting tall. We're going to bring the feet now in butterfly, meaning that you keep the sole of the feet together, but you slide your feet closer in towards your tailbone. You can clasp your hands around your feet, or you can grab your ankles or a little higher, and we're going to swing the wings, flip and flop up and down. Close your eyes here and keep the movement of the knees, keep the movement of the wings. And feel the sensations in your hips, in your low back, maybe even in your belly. And also feel the extent of the shaking around the shoulders, a little bit in the head. Let it shake all out. A few more. And back to stillness. As you open, try to open your feet wide, meaning that you're rotating your feet out. So the outer edges of the feet touch together, and the sole of the feet and feet are opening like a book. You're spreading your toes wide as if you had flowers instead of toes, with petals opening out. And either hands can stay here and you'll lift up from here, or you can also switch your hands to behind you and lift the torso as you press the knees down. You bring the chin lock slightly engaged and gently in. You can gaze down to your feet. Take one or two more breaths here. And softening in, releasing the knees up. Open your feet wider than about mat distance apart, so wider than hips, and about to the edges of the mat. And then hands behind you, you're leaning back a little bit without collapsing, and we're swinging the knees from side to side. A few more. And back to center, extending the legs out to the front. I'm gonna go sideways again, and I'm gonna move that camera again so you can see me a little better when I'm sitting, so I'm not cut off. I need an assistant. Instead of the cat being here, I should find a way to train her to be my assistant and tilt the computer in and out so you have a better view of what I'm doing. Feet forward. Slide your right foot inside your left leg, opening the knee out to the side. Inhale tall here. And exhale, we can go into Janu Shirsasana, head to knee pose in so many different ways. You can stretch up, you can extend forward, you can hands back and go forward. But this time I want you to have an experience of touch. So you're gonna inhale here. And exhale, slide your hands slowly out along your leg and feel that sensation of touch. Maybe you're not able to go too far forward, and wherever you need to stop, that's your stop. And then you fold onto the leg, you drop your head. And find your landing, stay here, close your eyes. Bring the breath more fully into the back of the body, in between the shoulder blades, especially the breath in. And find that progressive deep relief of the breath through the belly. Feel that slightly squeezing in, which might allow your spine to fold onto your leg a little deeper. And then you're going to find the support of hands with the floor, and you're going to push yourself up. Now you're going to rotate, and probably I should have started through the other side so you could see it, but you'll see my back. So you're going to bring that left hand to the right knee. So there's a crossing here happening. Therefore, now I'm rotating. My left hip goes forward a little bit more so that I'm squaring my shoulders with that left leg, right? Instead of being tight in, I'm creating space, sliding that left leg away, rotate. So left hand is on top of the right knee, right arm goes up. And now you're going to use that left hand to leverage as you stretch out with the right arm. And once you find that length, you can release the left hand either to the inside of the leg, on top of the leg, to the foot. If you go far down, you can use the elbow and forearm to push against the inside of the leg and stretch out into your side stretch. Make sure your right sit bone is grounding down. Tendency is that the right sit bone lifts away to the ground. You can even use your left hand to the inside of the right thigh and push down. Take one more breath here. And then instead of lifting straight up, soften your right arm in front of you. Round a little bit and lift up. That's a softer way to exit. Let's go to the other side. Coming back to center, extend both legs forward. Maybe give them a shake. And then we're going to fold the left foot inside the right leg. And again, hands on top of the leg. Inhale. Exhale, slide out. And land. Drop the head last. Expand the breath into the body. Find a landing, a rooting, a grounding. If you know your Ayurvedic constitution and you have a lot of kapha in your constitution, the elements of water and earth, and or you have kapha imbalance right now this time of year with allergies and with that sluggishness that I was talking about, instead of completely collapsing here, you can extend the spine forward and look up. Bring a little bit more sun and that element of fire in your pose instead of getting all earthy and watery. If you have a high vata, which is air and space in your constitution, then you do want to ground and relax all the way down. One more breath here. And then we're going to plant the hands to support the lifting up of the spine. Come up. We're going to rotate to the right. So again, that right heel is going to slide forward a little bit more. And then you're going to bring that right hand across to the left knee. Left arm up, stretch. And exhale, tilt. Find that first tilt, that first lengthening. Then you can modify. Hand can go down here on top of the leg, or bring the elbow to the inside, push forearm and elbow into the leg into the elbow to open the left shoulder back. I personally like also to cross that right hand over and keep the engagement of the elbow, but ground with that right hand, that left leg down. and breathe. Press the left sit bone down, don't let the hip lift, and feel the pull and stretch from the hip to the armpit. Keeping the shoulder open, don't close down. One more breath here. And then gently swing the arm forward, softening the shoulder. Push through your legs to rise up. And come back to your center, stretching both legs out. Shake legs out. And we're going to roll onto our back. Scooting forward a little bit if you need to have plenty of space behind you. And here on the back, feet are hip distance apart, not too close to the sit bones, just the right distance to allow your spine to settle, especially on the low back. And we're going to do a little tilting back and forth of the pelvic floor. So you're rolling your hips forward, you're slightly arching, you're pressing into your feet, you're squeezing that low back down. So find that rolling easy across the low back through the rolling of the pelvic floor and the hips. Feel that rocking and movement rising up through your back. You can either have your arms to the side, resting with your palms up, or you can rest as I was doing, your hands on top of the hip joint, on the tip of the hip. And close your eyes, let that movement wave up and down your spine all the way to the neck and head. And notice that I'm not lifting the hips up the floor. Everything stays on the floor. It's just a rocking forward and back. Last rocks or two. And then come back to neutral. Gonna fold your right knee up. Grab your knee with your hands. Press it in. And then extend your left leg forward and out. Press the back of the left leg down. And breathe. You can either stay here, or you may want to go to the next level where you roll your head up, roll your shoulders up, try to bring nose to knee. And then roll the spine back down. Relax that left foot if it was flexed to engage fully the leg. And then grab the outside of the right knee with your left hand, opening your right arm out to the side in a T position or such. And then you're going to open the chest as you roll that knee across to the left and find your supported twist. You're going to turn your head to the right and breathe. Your knee might be up like me. If your back is really open, your knee might drop down. But try to keep that right shoulder as close down to the floor as you can to keep the opening through the chest. Take an inhale in your twist. And exhale, bring everything back to center. Hug that right knee in one more time before you release the leg out. And release that right leg out. Bend the knees again. Find that initial position. Soften the low back. You may shake it a little bit. And then fold the left knee up. Grab the knee. Gently pulse a couple of times. And then keep it in. Extend your right leg forward, flexing the foot, sliding the back of the heel along the floor, and eventually trying to press that right leg down and find that distance between the left knee and the right leg. Opening and stretching the right groin, lengthening out. Inhale. If you wish, you stay here, or exhale, you roll up. You bring the knee to the nose and nose to the knee, or as close as you can do it without tensing up your face and your jaw. And then roll the spine back down. Keep the right leg actively engaged and grounded as you switch the position of the hands. Right hand to the outside of the left knee, left arm to the side. Inhale here and exhale. Guide the knee across to the right as you turn your head to the left. And again, I'm a little tense here. I can notice that my knee is not going too far. But my aim, my main point of attention is that the shoulder stays as far down as possible instead of going into lifting the arm just because I want to touch my knee down. It's not much about the knee touching down than opening the chest, grounding into the left shoulder, and breathe. Take an inhale here. And exhaling, rolling your way back to center. Catch the knee with both hands, press it in one more time. And then release both legs out to the front. Bring your feet about mat distance apart, squeeze the shoulders under. Find the right distance away from your body for your arms to rest. Palms facing up. Maybe you rock your head a little bit to find the right landing, chin a little bit in and out. And find your Shavasana. Smooth, deep breath. In the presence of your body and your breath, what is that you can capture, becoming a witness, a watcher of what you're experiencing right here and right now. There's some sensations and breath patterns that may be very obvious at first. But then from the obvious, we start shifting into the more subtle. And capturing those subtleties, one at a time. Enter your body sensation like a curious child discovering new ways, new sensation, new experiences without a strict agenda to it, with no forcing, no judging, no wishing that it would be any different. Noticing the shifts and the inner tweaks of the body, adjusting itself to be more comfortable and relax deeper. Start connecting back to the body and the breath, whichever entryway is yours. Capture the first signs of connection, of embodiment. Capture the first breath coming to your awareness. And ride those to come back fully into your body, area by area, or limb by limb, or any spot that asks for attention first. Enter that way and keep on going from one spot to the other spot. And start moving, maybe moving your feet and hands, or moving something else that feels to be moved. And I invite you, if that sounds appealing to you, to give yourself a full body stretch. So you can bring your arms behind you above the head, and then stretch from feet and toes to arms and fingers. Maybe there's a sigh happening, a yawning is wanting to come through me, and that's the beauty of Shavasana. After good practice, the body is so open and ready to release that last stretch. And from there, you're going to fold the knees up and rock your body from side to side as you hold your knees in. And roll onto your right or your left side, whatever you pick to be. Find the floor to push yourself up and rise to sitting. Finding an easy cross-legged seated position. Your eyes may be still closed, staying within for just a little more. And finding that initial position where we started class. And take a moment to notice if it feels different. The qualities of your seat now, the quality of your breath. Capture sounds around you in the room you're in. Capture the sounds outside the room. Maybe you hear cars in the street, or birds outside the window, or the rain if you're in Dallas and in an area that is raining right now. Try to capture the sounds as far away from you as you can, from strong sounds to subtle sounds. And from the far away, come closer in. Closer and closer to your own body. Maybe start capturing the sound of your own breathing, or any other sound. If you're getting hungry, maybe the sounds of your belly. Dive into the body and see if you can capture any tiny sounds inside of you. The swallowing of saliva, or any kind of little cracks here and there. And let's bring the hands together in front of the heart center in either what is called prayer pose or Anjali Mudra in Sanskrit. And try to plug the thumbs into the sternum, into right the center of the chest, so that you can experience the resonance, the vibration of the Om that we'll chant together to close practice this morning. Take a deep breath in. Namaste. Thank you to those practicing with me this morning. If this is being replayed as I'm recording the classes, thank you for taking this class with me in whichever form and time. And I'll come close to stop the recording.
Thank you very